The story of David and Goliath is one of the most iconic narratives in the Bible, emblematic of courage, faith, and the triumph of the underdog. Found in the Old Testament, specifically in 1 Samuel 17, this tale resonates with readers not only for its dramatic elements, but also for its deep spiritual and moral lessons. It is a story that has transcended its religious origins to become a metaphor widely recognized in literature, culture, and everyday language. The story is set during a time of intense conflict between the Israelites and the Philistines, two ancient peoples frequently at war in the biblical era. The Philistines, a formidable adversary of the Israelites, had gathered their forces for war at Soko in Judah. The Israelites, under the leadership of King Saul, set up camp in the valley of Elah to confront them. The two armies faced each other across the valley, with tensions mounting as they prepared for battle. The Philistine champion, Goliath. Central to the narrative is Goliath, the Philistine champion from Gath. Descriptions of Goliath emphasize his immense size and strength, portraying him as a giant towering over his enemies. He is described as standing over 9 feet tall, wearing a bronze helmet, a coat of scale armor weighing 5,000 shekels, bronze greaves, and carrying a javelin slung on his back. His spear's shaft was like a weaver's rod, and its iron point weighed 600 shekels. Accompanied by a shield bearer, Goliath's appearance was designed to intimidate and demoralize the Israelites. For 40 days, Goliath issued a challenge to the Israelite army, proposing single combat to settle the conflict. His terms were simple. If an Israelite could defeat him, the Philistines would become their subjects. If he won, the Israelites would serve the Philistines. This challenge, repeated twice daily, brought fear and dismay to the Israelite camp, including their king, Saul, who was described as greatly afraid. David's entrance. David, the youngest son of Jesse from Bethlehem, enters the scene in a seemingly insignificant role. He is not a soldier, but a shepherd, tasked with bringing provisions to his elder brothers, serving in Saul's army. David's arrival at the battlefield coincides with one of Goliath's taunts, and he hears the giant's challenge firsthand. Unlike the seasoned warriors around him, David reacts not with fear, but with indignation that this uncircumcised Philistine would defy the armies of the living God. David's faith and perspective set him apart. He volunteers to fight Goliath, despite his youth and inexperience in combat. His confidence stems from his belief that God, who delivered him from the paw of the lion and the bear while tending his sheep, would also deliver him from this Philistine. Saul, though initially skeptical, relents and allows David to face Goliath, offering his own armor, which David declines. Instead, David chooses 5 smooth stones from a stream, a sling, and his shepherd's staff, tools of his trade. The confrontation. The confrontation between David and Goliath is the story's climax, highlighting the stark contrast between the two combatants. Goliath, with his full armor and weaponry, advances toward David with disdain, cursing him by his gods and threatening to feed his flesh to the birds and wild animals. David responds with a powerful declaration of faith, stating that he comes not with sword or spear, but in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel. He proclaims that the battle belongs to the Lord, and that God will deliver Goliath into his hands. As Goliath moves closer to attack, David runs quickly toward the battle line to meet him. Reaching into his bag, he takes out a stone, slings it, and strikes Goliath on the forehead. The stone sinks into Goliath's forehead, and he falls face down to the ground. David then uses Goliath's own sword to decapitate him, securing a complete and dramatic victory. Aftermath and significance. The defeat of Goliath has immediate and far-reaching consequences. The Philistines, seeing their champion dead, flee in panic, pursued by the Israelites who win a significant victory. David's triumph over Goliath catapults him into the national spotlight and sets the stage for his future rise to kingship. His victory is not just a personal triumph, but a demonstration of divine power and providence, reinforcing the biblical theme that faith in God can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The story of David and Goliath is rich with symbolism and lessons. It emphasizes the importance of faith and trust in God, illustrating that divine power transcends human strength and weaponry. David's courage, rooted in his unwavering belief in God, serves as an example of how faith can empower individuals to face and overcome great challenges. Moreover, the narrative underscores the value of inner qualities over external appearances. While Saul and the Israelite soldiers judged the situation by physical standards, David looked beyond the surface, recognizing that Goliath's defiance was ultimately against God, not just Israel. This perspective shift is crucial, teaching that true strength and victory come from spiritual insight and reliance on divine support. Cultural and historical impact. The story of David and Goliath has transcended its biblical origins to become a universal metaphor for underdog victories. It is cited in various contexts, from sports to business to personal challenges, whenever a smaller, weaker opponent faces a much stronger adversary. The phrase David versus Goliath encapsulates the idea that the seemingly impossible can be achieved through determination, ingenuity, and faith. Historically, the story has inspired countless interpretations and adaptations in literature, art, and popular culture. From Renaissance paintings by artists like Michelangelo and Caravaggio to modern films and books, the narrative continues to captivate and inspire. Its themes of bravery, faith, and the triumph of the underdog resonate across ages and cultures, affirming its place as one of the most enduring stories in human history. The story of David and Goliath is a profound and timeless tale that continues to inspire and teach. It is a testament to the power of faith, courage, and the belief that with God, all things are possible. David's victory over Goliath is more than a historical event. It is a spiritual metaphor for overcoming adversity and trusting in divine guidance. As such, it remains a central and beloved narrative within the Bible, offering hope and encouragement to all who face their own giants in life.